There's several films that, you know, I mean, they're iconic films, from Die Hard or James Bond, Sanchez, and Goonies. One recently, a World War II film that's based on a true story that's very interesting. And film I directed, The Dukes. I have 170 films. They're all part of you. It's like saying, which child do you like the best? Some may be more successful than others, but you enjoy the process and meeting people when you're creating a character and doing something. The best character I play is being able to sing. Now that to me is the most enjoyable and fulfilling.
Do you feel that acting chooses you, or you choose acting?
There was never a time, I don't remember, I think from the second or fourth grade on, that I wanted to act, and then later on in high school I wanted to sing as well as act. So, and I was playing sports, I was very athletic, I was a good athlete. But I think it was something that was driven in me, you know, wanting to just become an actor and study with the best, train with the best, the same thing I did with music. Study the best people I could in terms of Tito Gobbi, who's one of the greatest opera. Stella Adler, great acting teacher, got into the actor's studio. So concurrently, I mean, it was born in me, I think. Well, singing was always part of my life. It was even early, in high school, I won first place New York State School Music Association solo competition, as well as acting first place. And New York's a big state, a lot of competition, a lot of talent. So even early on, I had a strong affinity for singing and wanting to do that. It was about 2008 when I directed a film called The Dukes with me and Chaz Palminteri, about a doo-wop group. Miriam Margolyes is in it. Ilya Baskin is in it, who's Latvian. And he was in Moscow on the Hudson. But I directed this film. It won about 9 awards, international awards, and I sang one song. And the head of Disney Music and other people said, "Why are you not singing?" And I started to think about singing not the opera as I had initially thought, but the American Songbook, because I felt that Frenka Sinatra, who I did my first film with in 1977, had passed in 1998, and I wanted to pay tribute to what he was as a social figure, being the first artist to come out against anti-Semitism, racial bigotry, and injustice, besides being a wonderful actor and singer. And the American Songbook, which is an amalgam of the American experience, I wanted to give that and give my take on it because of my acting ability as well as the musical ability. So after this 2008 film, I was encouraged by even the head of Disney Music, Bob Cavallo. Why don't you sing? And I did an album in 2010 that went to #6 on Billboard Jazz that was produced by Phil Ramone. He produced Sinatra, Tony Bennett, many singers, Billy Joel, all the Billy Joel. And we put a show together, and hence I started going to Vegas and venues around America, and then I met my manager and friend in Orlando, and we came to Europe. And it's been an ongoing passion. Well, in film, you're playing a character. You're part of an overall project, and you have a place to fill in the course of that story. And also, you are constrained by the scope of the character you're playing. You try to bring as much humanity, which I do to all my characters. I try to infuse them with the humanity and express whatever I might be able to within the needed aspect of interpretation. But with music, each song is its own movie. And I'm expressing my full heart, soul, and emotions, how I'm relating to that song, and channeling it to the audience. And they channel back if they're enjoying it. And that's kind of for me, the necessary requirement is the expression and the sharing and because you can feel if you're hitting people in an emotional, with a song, with music. music is, Gustav Mahler said, the music is the closest to the absolute. And that means it's dealing with spirit and spiritual aspects of things. It unleashes something. And that's what it does when I sing and when you then perform it.
Do you feel a soul connection with Sinatra, not only in music but in life?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in New York City, of Italian immigrant grandparents, Sicilian and Napolitan, and there were two figures in our household, many Italian households. Back then, was the Pope and Sinatra, and not necessarily in that order, but the music was, to me, the lexicon of the American experience. Like I say, the American songbook is the amalgam of the totality of America. It starts with the black jazz and jump blues artists from different parts of the world that came to America. The Scottish, Irish, Latvian, American Indian, Lebanese, Swedish, Italians, people of all races that came to America and gave their experience of this country in the music, and a large portion from the sons and daughters of Jewish immigrants that contributed to this amalgam, and that's why it transports itself around the world. Well, I love the tradition of it, not that it's a museum piece, but I have a couple of those pieces that I pay homage to and use charts that Frank did, but most of my charts are my own that were done specifically for me. And I'm bringing I have a new album that'll be coming out next year called I'm Not Anyone, that has some classic American songbook and then some new stuff. And I want to bring new things to the art form as I widen out. I have some ideas going forward on it. Yeah, well, I was here. I did a show in Latvia before. We did a full concert before and had a wonderful reception. It was great. And I was looking forward to coming back, and I know that Laima Rendezvous, Laima Vaikula is a legend, and I was pleased and honored to be part of this journey that they're going, the Rendezvous in Jūrmalā. And I'm singing, I think, 5 or 6 songs with the big band, and I'm excited to see the reception and what presents. It's going to be very interesting, but I'm excited and pleased to be here. I wouldn't have traveled 40 hours to get here if I didn't think it was something. I would have called up and said, hey, I missed the flight, forget it. You know what I mean? So this is more about wanting to see the Latvian people and whoever else is coming to Jūrmalā and to this wonderful festival that's legendary, and meeting this wonderful artist and other artists.
What does success mean to you today? Is it different than before, for example, 30 years ago?
Success. If an audience is success is, I have a saying, I don't know how you say it in Latvian, but it's taste the bait, don't swallow the hook. So even the term of success is something that is superficial in of itself, because I think a lot of people get into trouble, a lot of artists get into trouble because they have massive success, and then there's a drop, there's a disappointment. And that's when people go to other forms of trying to fill the hole. I think the hole you have is with your family, with your friends, with your spiritual life, and the expression of the music is the totality of that, and sharing with other people. So I don't think in terms of, it feels good when there's a nice appreciation of your work. Good reviews. I'd be a liar to say that doesn't, affect you. But basically, it's okay, nice, great, all right, move on. And next, legacy in terms of film and singing and music and life with my children as a human being in society, fighting for what I believe in. Legacy has a lot of aspects to it, and for me, that's a very huge, encompassing thing. I would like people to understand. I've written a lot of things. I've written quite a bit, good, bad, or indifferent. But being a member of this wonderful world, this journey that we're on for a certain period of time, the legacy is the totality of who you are and how your family relates to you and your friends and the audience and the work you do, the work you leave behind. I think that's, I don't think in terms of, I have 5 Oscars and I have a legacy of this or that. I didn't need an Oscar to give my self-worth. I have gotten accolades and I have gotten things that weren't so praised. And like I said, taste the bait, don't swallow the hook. So my legacy is of being a human being in this world, like all of us, trying to do the best we can to survive through difficult times, because life is not easy. Who was it? I think it was Schopenhauer said that some philosophers, they always talk about the difficulties of life. And that's what we have. We have great moments, we have flowers, and we also have, the ugliness of life, which also has a beauty. And it's all part of this experience we have on the planet.
Do you believe in luck?
I believe in setting luck comes into it. I believe intuition helps lead to luck. If you want the story, there's a story around if it's luck or if it's something else. But there is I believe that there's definitely an aspect of good fortune. Whether that's luck or something else, it's good fortune. I haven't the foggiest. That's all. I never gave myself an option. I knew I wanted to do this. That's what I tell my children. If you want to do something, do it. Don't equivocate, or any kid, or any young child, any young artist. I didn't give myself an out. Oh, if it doesn't work, there was no option for it not to work. I was going to train with the best in the world and work hard. And I had a lot of obstacles I overcame. I wasn't the most, I had a rugged complexion. I had a tough look. So I had to work with that. Nothing discouraged me or stopped me from wanting to maintain my goals. I wound up starring in a TV series for 4 years, as the leading man. I've done many, many characters. So it's just staying with something and go until you go. Keep on trucking.
And what makes you truly happy today?
Well, I have kids and their success and their health and their well-being and my friends' well-being and peace. When there's harmony and there's you feel that there's injustice and you have a different point of view, but you could be happy over a sunset. You could be happy over a child laughing or meeting someone in a train station. You just understand those moments that you can have fun in many different aspects of life. They don't have to be huge. You could say, wow, I feel good about that, listening to a piece of music. So there's just living, breathing.